Vice President Kamala Harris just finished an incredible speech in Savannah, Georgia, in front of a packed crowd. Let me give you the highlights right here. She talked about how Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are just completely out of their mind. Watch this clip.
And he would create a national anti-abortion coordinator and force states to report on women's miscarriages and abortions. It's right there in Project 2025. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Simply put, they are out of their minds.
Next, Vice President Kamala Harris lays out her vision for the middle class. Let's play it.
And unlike Donald Trump, I will always put the middle class and working class families first. Come from the middle class. I know what I'm talking about.
Then Vice President Kamala Harris responds to a protester and she says, look, we're in this to fight for democracy. You always need to remember that. And she says, look, President Biden and I are fighting for a ceasefire. Play this clip.
Hold up for a second. Let me just say something. We are fighting for a democracy. Everyone has a right and should have their voices heard. I am speaking now, but on the subject, I will say this. The president and I are working around the clock. We've got to get a hostage deal done and get a ceasefire done now.
Vice President Kamala Harris explains polls don't vote, people do. So make sure you get out and vote. Play this clip.
Listen, so we're here to speak truth. And one of the things that we know, this is going to be a tight race until the very end. Okay? So let's not pay too much attention to the polls because we are running as the underdog. Okay? And we have some hard work ahead of us, but we like hard work. Hard work is good work. With your help, we are going to win this November. We are going to win this November. Yes, we will.
The crowd continued, by the way, to be absolutely energized by this speech. Play the clip.
So, Savannah, are you ready to make your voices heard? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, God bless you and God bless the United States of America.
Vice President Kamala Harris also talks about Donald Trump's threat to terminate the Constitution. Let's play it.
Let us be very clear. Someone who suggests we should terminate the Constitution of the United States should never again stand behind the seal of President of the United States. Never again.
Again, the crowd is just absolutely loving Vice President Kamala Harris here. Play this clip.
To take us back to a time when insurance companies, we're not going back. We're not going. We are not. We're going forward.
Vice President Kamala Harris, of course, is also interviewing with Dana Bash, as you're aware, from CNN. Dana Bash asked this like both sidesism question about, so are you flip-flopping on your position? Vice President Kamala Harris handled it pitch perfectly. Watch this.
Generally speaking, how should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy moving forward?
Dana, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I have worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to deadlines around time. We did that with the Inflation Reduction Act. We have set goals for the United States of America and by extension the globe around when we should meet certain standards for reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, as an example. That value has not changed. My value around what we need to do to secure our border, that value has not changed. I spent 2 terms as the Attorney General of California prosecuting transnational criminal organizations, violations of American laws regarding the illegal passage of guns, drugs, and human beings across our border. My values have not changed.
Vice President Kamala Harris, while in Savannah, Georgia, also discussed how one of her biggest priorities will be small business tax credits. Here, listen to her over here.
I'm telling you, this is one of my singular priorities, is to invest and grow our small businesses. So what I'm going to be rolling out next week is basically a tax credit for startups, for small businesses. We're starting out.
Yes.
Half of America's working population either owns, runs, or works in a small business. I mean, when we think about strengthening the economy as a whole, not to mention really investing in like the ambition and the dreams. I mean, that's all of that is what you guys are doing, and creating dreams in the process.
Absolutely.
Right?
And
Here was Vice President Kamala Harris in her tour of Georgia, speaking to a group of kids and letting them know how important it is for kids to mentor others. Play this clip.
And in doing that, you are also role models, right? Welcome to the Role Model Club. And being a role model, right, means that they're going to be members of your family, people who live in your neighborhood, your classmates who want you to see, oh, that's how it's done. And in that way, you are showing what hard work can achieve, what discipline can achieve, what teamwork can achieve. And that's the stuff of great leadership, all of you. And so we wanted to come by to remind you that our nation is counting on you. We're so proud of you. Everything you have achieved. And I will tell you, I was in band when I was your age. So I know a little bit about, the coach knows about the players, right? And all that you all are doing, it requires a whole lot of rehearsal, a whole lot of practice, long hours, right? Sometimes.
Hear what she said there, how proud she is of them. I think it's so important that we want leaders who are role models. Compare that to Donald Trump's speech in Michigan today, where he talked about Al Capone killing people. Play this clip.
I've been indicted more than Alphonse Capone, the great guy. It's true. I got indicted. My parents are looking down. They're saying, I never thought this could happen to my son. He's been indicted. I didn't know what the hell the word, and it all took place instantly. If I fly over a blue state, the next day I get a federal grand jury notice, please report. And they indicted me on bullshit. It's all bullshit. Crazy.
Then Donald Trump just calls Vice President Kamala Harris different names and says that she uses 19 names and no one knows who Harris is. Play the clip.
And nobody really knows her. They were doing something, the man on the street, they said, you know Harris? Everyone's saying, who the hell is Harris? Nobody knows who Harris is. What's the vice president's name? They have no idea what the name is. Now, the name Kamala it's a little complex because about 19 different ways of pronouncing it, right? But Kamala is, at least it's a name you sort of remember. You can't use Harris because nobody knows who the hell Harris is. Who's Harris? We want somebody they know. And, you know, one of the reasons they don't know, she did a lousy job. She was
Then Donald Trump says he's a very good speaker because he speaks for so long. Play this clip.
so bad. I saw her make a speech. It was so bad. And after they get off, this was one of the greatest performances we've ever seen in our country. With me, I make a speech. I speak for 2 hours. Everybody loves it. I got thousands of people, by the way, outside trying to get in. They never said Trump's a great speaker. I don't even want that, but I must be a great speaker, right? I must. We got thousands of people.
And I want to share this with you as well. Governor Walz' speech that he gave the other day in front of the firefighters union. Here's Governor Walz speaking in front of them. Fox was showing a little bit of it, but when Governor Walz was so good, they had to cut it off and then tell you what the rank and file feel. Here, play this clip.
Some of you in here, and I'm going to say this because I know we're bipartisan, some of the gray hairs in here, I know what you're thinking, and I remember it too because it's my family. When Republicans used to talk about freedom, they meant it. They meant it. Not anymore. These guys over there, they want government to have the freedom to invade every corner of your life, from our union halls to our kids' schools, even our doctor's office. Vice President and I, we got a little bit different vision of this. We believe that you, not politicians, should be made free to make your own health care choices. We believe that workers deserve to collectively bargain for fair wages, safe working conditions, good health care, and secure retirement. No interference from government.
To Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. He's also the vice presidential nominee for the Democratic ticket. He's speaking to the firefighters union in Boston, Massachusetts. About 350,000 members, Brett, and speaking there enthusiastically without notes, and they really want to get this union vote. I don't know, though, Brett, if the rank and file would agree with him.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that this is a pitch, a speech designed specifically for the union. A lot of talk about collective bargaining, a lot of talk about, issues that those union members talk about in those halls.
I don't know, why don't you just let them talk, Fox? Why don't you let the people actually hear what he has to say? Because I can show you what the rank and file feel. Here's a photo of those people who attended the firefighters union here. The firefighters who attended the union conference wearing shirts that say Trump is a scab at the 57th convention. You see it right there. And here they are booing J.D. Vance. Play this clip.
Well, Simplify, guys. We got some, sounds like we got some fans and some haters. That's okay.
So, Fox, I don't need you to tell me what they're saying. I could just listen for myself. Anyway, I wanted to share with you Vice President Kamala Harris' speech, compare it to Trump. You heard Governor Walz and you heard J.D. Vance. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.